Another day, another German controversy. Hi, I'm Alexis. I'm a pop culture stan, and after my last video popped off about German politics and the AfD, I thought I'd dive into another German controversy, this time about a racist movie coming out in August 2025. The movie is called Das Kanu des Manitu, and it is a sequel to the iconic but severely problematic movie Der Schuh des Manitu from 2001. If I spoke about this in German to German people, I feel like it would fall on deaf ears, as I will explain later, so here I am. A little backstory. Der Schuh des Manitu is a comedy western film that came out in 2001 by writer, director, actor, comedian Bully Herbig. The plot revolves around an Apache Indian played by this white German guy, Bully Herbig, and his best friend, who's white, going around the southern US, getting involved in shenanigans, trying to make money, running from gangsters, etc. The comedy revolves around the fact that the Native American main character is speaking in a typical German dialect, I think it's Bavarian, while everyone around him is speaking High German. The movie is clearly a parody of Manitu, a series of children's books about Native Americans written by Karl May in the late 1800s. Karl May is a white German guy who had never been to the US in his life and just made up harmful caricatures and stereotypes about Native Americans, such as the noble savage. His books were wildly successful in Germany, and they sparked a whole cultural fascination with Native Americans, which was repopularized in the 1960s when film adaptations of these books were made. As a result, Native American culture has been appropriated by Germans for generations. Most famously during Fasching, which is the German Halloween, you can see German children dressed up in Native American costumes. And the argument that Germans often use is that there are no Native Americans in Germany, so there's no one to offend. This is blatantly wrong. There is a community of people of Native American descent living in Germany. On top of that, you have American immigrants to Germany who are shocked by how Germans treat Native American culture. And we live in the age of the internet, where globalization means that we have access to all sorts of information at our fingertips. And yet the concept of redface is rarely discussed in German media, redface being dressing up as a Native American similar to blackface or yellowface. That means that no matter how unproblematic the script is, no matter how sensitive the depiction, the very act of a white person dressing up as an ethnicity that is not their own is in and of itself racist. But as I said, Germany has a storied history with redface and blackface as well. Children go around from door to door on Three Kings Day, and one of them is always dressed as Balthazar in blackface. White women are often seen with dreadlocks in cities like Berlin, acting as if we live in a post-racial society where racism is cured. So a movie like Der Schuh des Manitu only serves to normalize these racist practices. And Bully Herbig himself has given interviews where he says he regrets making the movie that way, and that type of comedy wouldn't fly nowadays. Because not only did the movie get criticized for its use of redface, it also was criticized for portraying a very stereotypical caricature of a gay man. Bully Herbig plays the twin brother of the main character, who is a Native American who is also stereotypically gay, so two things in one. And I get that the movie is iconic in German culture. It is a comfort film, a childhood film for many people. But why, in the year of our Lord 2025, are we making a sequel? Of course, it's because they are trying to replicate the success of the first movie. Film industries worldwide are banking on nostalgia, remakes, legacy sequels from pre-existing IPs, so it's not an unexpected move. But in this case, it's really not okay. Because how is he going to update the story? He's definitely not casting a Native American actor to replace him. I just saw the trailer. He's playing the exact same character in redface. He's still going to be the sequel's writer and director, not involving anyone from the culture that he's trying to represent. There have been no interviews, no apologies, no indications of how they're going to do better. Everything is primed for him to make the same mistake all over again. And if you say, oh, the movie's not about Native American culture, it's just using Native American culture to make fun of Germany, well, it's still using Native American culture. It's still appropriating it, abusing it, and not representing it in a good way. So come August 2025, I'm really interested to see how the responses will be. My gut feeling is telling me that they're going to remain silent on the topic of redface or even homophobia. They're probably only going to criticize the movie if they didn't like it or if they didn't like the comedy of it. They're always going to compare it to the first movie, normalizing it in German culture. But I don't think that's correct. I think there needs to be more of a discussion around redface in Germany. Thank you so much for listening. If you didn't know anything about this, was this interesting? If you did know this was coming out, what are your thoughts? I need to know. Leave a comment below.